Alright, hey, it's Pizza Dude, man. We're moving on to the Hawking Ada cluster here. Yeah. So let's see. I think I was talking last time a little bit about my job. Might as well just keep doing that while we're exploring. Like I said, I've set up a program date for my students now for a winter-themed program. It is important now, with just the variety of, kids and different, religions and beliefs and stuff. It really is important to avoid, if you want all of your kids to participate anyway, to avoid, doing songs about like Santa Claus or religious themes or things like that. And I know sometimes that's debatable, or it's like, well, these songs are, they're classics and they're historical, and that all of that's true. But especially at the elementary school level, I think it's just way more important that students participate and get an understanding of what it's like to perform. So anything I can do to eliminate that, eliminate any stigma where they feel like they can't perform, is better. And the school I'm at, they already have like a special night that is just pretty much Christmas caroling night. And so, I mean, for students who do want to sing about Santa Claus and Christmas, there's a night for them for that. I don't have to work that into the music curriculum. I can just focus on, vocal techniques and really getting them into, reading music and singing technique and stuff like that. So, that's that. I actually just finished a unit with my students on keyboards. It's actually a really cool system. I certainly didn't have, when I was in elementary school, I certainly didn't have a system where we all had electric keyboards that we could all play and learn how to take keyboards. I took piano lessons privately when I was in 2nd grade, but the school district I'm at actually has a system where we share keyboards with all the elementary schools, and all the students get to try learning pianos. Unfortunately, we only got a few weeks on it, so, I mean, we only got to kind of scratch the surface of it, just because of, our timing where we only have half a year with the students. But, nevertheless, it was still really cool that they got that experience on pianos. I wish that they did have a full year of music instruction so they could get even more out of it, but at least it was something. Now that our unit on keyboards is over, I am focusing mainly on singing and getting ready for this December program with winter songs, for which we have scheduled now. The exception being 4th and 5th graders. I guess with 4th and 5th graders, they do shift a lot more focus onto instrumental playing, which I guess makes sense because, I mean, they're kind of getting ready to go into middle school, so it gets them ready for, if they want to join band. And, yeah, the whole thing with that, then, is that, the 4th and 5th graders, I guess at most of the schools, have, like, an after-school choir they can join, so I decided to do that, too, because I do have some experience with, both elementary and middle school choirs for my, student teaching experiences, so I am doing an after-school 4th and 5th grade choir, so when the 4th and 5th graders do their program in December, it's going to be like, okay, 4th and 5th grade music classes on recorders, and then also the 4th and 5th grade choir singing. Is there no... Okay, there's a fuel deposit here. So that works out pretty well. But, man, the choir as an after-school program, it is definitely my toughest class. It's my largest class because it's made up of like 4 different classes. And even though it is, volunteers, people who want to come in after school, it's still a lot of kids. And, I mean, gosh, there are just some things that take a long time because I have to keep going back and telling the kids to be quiet and listen. Like the other day, I was just trying to get them in order from tallest to shortest so we could get onto risers. And it's a process I think shouldn't take longer than 15 minutes. It took a half hour. It took forever because I kept having to go back, hey guys, I'm trying to listen and answer questions and get everyone all lined up. And there's kids coming up to talk to me, to ask me questions. And there's kids who are conversing or yelling. And the process took a really long time. And we got barely any singing done that day. But hopefully, now that they are all set up, it'll be a lot smoother in the future in general. Because it'll be like, okay, line up in your rows of tallest to shortest. I already have it written down on my computer as like a seating chart. So that they can just get set up and then we can get right to work. Oh wait, I missed a planet somewhere. So yeah, hopefully that'll just make everything a lot smoother. I'm not seeing this other planet that I'm apparently missing. Oh, there it is. It's like a meteor. Is there something here? That seems pretty significant. Nope, it's just a rich asteroid. We haven't run into an anomaly in a while. Alright. Moving on. Let's see here. But, yeah, you know, I think one of the best things about my job so far, though, is that I have a really, really supportive staff. All the teachers are really, really helpful. You know, I always, at the end of the music class now, I give, you know, the teachers now, it's like, okay, here's who was doing a really good job today. Here's how the class as a whole did. Here's who was having trouble paying attention. And you can see, I can tell that they enforce that. And it's been really great. The administration's been great. The principal's been great. The office staff has been great. They're just all really, really wonderful people who are all very understanding of, it's tough being a first-year teacher. It's tough being a music teacher. And they're all really, really helpful in getting me what I need. So, overall, being a teacher has been a really, really wonderful experience, and I am planning on doing it for many, many years. I am planning, though, on continuing my LPing for many, many years. I actually, more now than ever, I am really, really thinking about starting at monetization on videos. Even if it's just a little bit, it's really going to help, because my grace period for my student loans for going to college is ending, so I need to start. Oh, okay, cool. I can now afford some stuff. I need to start paying my student loans, and honestly, I'm kind of like scratching this, just kind of barely making it financially at the end of each month, where we just have, last month was crazy because we were getting set up in our apartments. We had a lot of unexpected costs. And I think at the end of the month, we had less than $100 left before I got my paycheck. I think we're doing better this month, but it's not accounting for the fact that next month we got to start paying, like, between me and my wife, like $600 worth of student loans each month. And I'm just kind of like, how are we gonna pay this? Because my wife's been looking for a job, but her degree's a little, just for the community that we're in, she doesn't have a lot of career opportunities, honestly. We went here because I got called in for a teaching job, and I really needed it, but she's had trouble finding work here, and she's been looking. But because of that, we are just relying on my income right now, and I don't know if that's going to cut it when we have to start paying student loans next month. So, I don't know, just any financial help I can get, if I can start monetizing off these YouTube videos that I do for fun, that's just going to help, It's going to help with something. Now, we've kind of, gotten really into, budgeting. Okay, we only spend this much a month on groceries. We only spend so much on gas. We only go out to eat this often. And I think as long as we keep that up, we'll be able to survive. But I don't know. I would like to be able to, not have to worry each month about, okay, am I going to be able to make these costs? And I haven't yet, because we have very, very supportive families who are still taking care of, like, our cell phone bills and car loans, because they have been, as we've been going through college. And, they're like, okay, until, you know, Rosie gets a job, we'll keep, you know, paying this stuff. But it would be nice to be, you know, a little more independent when possible. But I mean, it's just gonna have to wait until, you know, we really get, you know, settled in jobs, and we're just not all there yet. I'm pretty sure there's at least one more major side quest that I'm definitely thinking about right now, and we haven't run into it yet. Well, in any case, looks like we're on to the Hades Nexus. Just exploring the galaxy. So, I don't know, I think Lord Jackal set up one of those Patreon accounts. I guess I could do that too. I mean, who knows? Maybe I have a lot of subscribers who are, like, really rich and want to give me money for some reason. I don't know why they would want to do that. Like I said, I am making enough through my job, but as long as I'm doing this also, I might as well, you know, try to get something for it. I don't know. I do the LPs for fun, of course, but I feel like sometimes my parents think it's a waste of time. So, I don't know, if I can, you know, just have whatever support I can have to continue doing this, because I like doing this. It's great. I mean, I'm working already, and, you know, when school ends, I come home and I have free time. You know, sometimes I have some work I need to do, grade some papers, stuff like that. But I would be doing this anyway, so it's not a huge deal at all if I don't make any money off of this, because this is still a hobby. But, you know, it's certainly, as long as I'm making videos anyway, I don't see the harm in trying to profit off of them at the same time. Of course, at this point now, I mean, I'm really glad that I do have, I think, a pretty loyal group of subscribers. You guys are awesome. But I mean, I'm certainly not some huge name guy yet, right? I have 3,000 subscribers. There are LPers with hundreds of thousands or even millions of subscribers. So I'm certainly not some big, huge guy. But I definitely have pretty good... I keep hearing this weird beeping sound. I think it's an anomaly. Is there an anomaly here? Or is it just... No. Okay. Alright. In any case, I'm gonna refocus on the game for now. That's enough talk about work and money and stuff like that. I guess, bottom line, I'm working. I like my job. It's not easy. Sometimes it's it's scary when it's like, am I gonna have enough money to get through? But I have enough money and enough supportive people where that's not a huge concern. I'm thinking about monetizing off of videos because I've thought of that for a while, and also I don't see why not, as long as I'm doing this anyway. But I'm not committing to anything yet on that for sure. And I'm going to continue Let's Playing because I enjoy it, no matter what happens. I am not planning on ending my Let's Playing career at any point right now. I'm really seeing myself in the future just sticking with it. And that is my plan. Currently, of course, I'm doing Mass Effect and Hyrule Warriors. When I start getting a little extra time to record, if I start getting extra time to record, I'm also thinking about starting up Earthbound. But Earthbound is definitely the next LP whenever I get to doing more LPs. Whoa. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this. Because now our lowest thing is Palladium.
Upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
There's still something here. Is there something in the asteroid belt we're supposed to explore? Is this it? No? Where's this other thing I'm supposed to apparently explore? Ah, right here. Anything here? Volkov. Nope. Yeah, I hope I'm not just missing like a whole bunch of anomalies, because it kind of feels like that. I thought there were more side quests, but maybe there's not. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, we're still just exploring the galaxy anyway. Gosh, I think this episode we can, I mean, unless we run into some side quest, I think we can finish the exploration, and maybe next episode will be the first episode of Project Overlord. Which, dang, I really wanted to show that one to my wife, and she's gone. That's too bad. Alright. Phoenix massing. Let's see what's here. Is everyone really getting into that, the background music here for the, exploring the galaxy? Let's go something like that. I don't quite remember. I'm gonna drink some more water here in just a sec. Okay. Looks like this place is all explored. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna slowly work our way up to Project Overlord here, and I guess we'll get to that in the next episode. Alright, so I'll go ahead and finish what we got here. Alright. No announcements. Yeah, I thought, because I knew we had that one mission on that ship, and then I thought there was one other mission that had to do with, like, an abandoned, like, cargo hold. In fact, I'm almost certain there is, and that we have access to it right now. But maybe we don't, or maybe it's on one of the systems we haven't explored yet. So I guess I'll give that benefit of the doubt right now, and we'll just keep going for now. Wow, we are already up to the Project Overlord. I'm a little, what's the right word? The first word to come to mind is scared, I guess. Project Overlord is actually, like, a really scary mission. Like, literally. This is, like, I haven't played all the DLC in Mass Effect 3 yet, but Project Overlord is, like, the, like, Mass Effect horror story. And honestly, it's a little late at night. I'm a little sick, so I'm a little out of it. I feel a little scared. So maybe I'll get some good, like, Hell-P scare reactions. I have so many mixed feelings on this now. On one hand, I'm like, oh god, this is kind of scary. On the other hand, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get some good scare reactions for the LP. Oh, boy. Ugh. Project Overlord. It is a scary mission, honestly. There's parts of it that are going to be loud and surprising and flat out creepy. It'll be fun. Boy, I can't believe it's time for it. We got a couple minutes left this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and, now that we have more stuff, I'm going to upgrade our equipment a little bit. So that we'll be really ready. Man, I can't believe we're in Project Overlord already. This is crazy. Alright, research terminal. Weapon upgrades. Let's see, these I just need one more thing. Armor upgrades. Okay, I can get the emergency shielding. Is there any other armor upgrades I can get now? This I need another biotic damage, this I need another damage protection. Ship enhancements, we don't need that med bay. We can get the avalanche or the cane. I mean, we might as well, because we're going to want them eventually anyway. What else do we use iridium for? Is iridium used in weapons? No, it's well, some of these weapons use iridium. I guess I'll hold off for now, because I'm not going to use these weapons anytime soon. Alright! Next time on Mass Effect Trilogy. And it is time for Project Overlord. So I'll see you next time when we, it's time for the first episode of Project Overlord. Can't believe it's already time for that. So, I'll see you then.